Hi everybody, my name is Thais Compoint, and this is a very special video for me because it's the very first episode of my new series, Inclusive Leadership Habits. And I hope you enjoyed it. And in case you are wondering what is an inclusive leader, the way I see an inclusive leader is someone who's very good at getting the most out of his or her team because he or she really knows how to manage human differences effectively. So inclusive leaders, they know how to inspire people, men and women from different cultures, different generations, with different lifestyles, with different abilities. And today's inclusive leadership habit is going beyond first impressions. So it's very important if you want to be or if you are an inclusive leader, it's very important to practice this. Always go beyond your first impressions. Why? Because first impressions are very misleading. Do you know how long it takes for your unconscious mind to form an opinion about a stranger that you meet, for the first time? Have an idea? I always thought it was 3 seconds, but actually it's much shorter than this. It's a tenth of a second. So that's very short. And you form a very subjective opinion. Two things you should be aware of is the fact that we tend to form positive opinions about the people who are just like us. That's called the affinity bias. And we also tend to, once you form an opinion about someone, you scan the reality to confirm your initial impression about someone. And that's called confirmation bias. And there is an experiment with little rats that it illustrates in a very simple way this confirmation bias principle. So that's how the experiment goes. I read about it a long time ago. Basically, students are told to observe and to describe the behavior of a little rat, a little lab rat that is, playing inside a little labyrinth. Half of the students are told that the little rat is very smart. The other half is told that the little rat is very dumb, very stupid. And as they describe their behaviors, it was amazing to compare the descriptions because the exact same behaviors were interpreted in a completely different way. And I remember that behavior in particular, when the little rat was there, stopping before, choosing an exit within the labyrinth. The students that thought the little rat was smart believed that that was a proof of how smart the little rat was, because he even stopped, paused, and reflect about the decisions he was about to take. The half that thought the little rat was stupid thought that behavior was the proof that the little rat was really stupid, because he was so stupid he couldn't make up his mind about, which exit to take. So that shows us that it's very important to go beyond the first impression. So if we form opinion about people very quickly, we tend to like people who are just like us, and we tend to have a very biased, understanding or analysis, of what happens afterwards. Now that you know this, what can you do? I think the very first thing is to be aware of your first impressions. So be aware of them. Make a note, a mental note if you can, or even a written note if you can, about, your first impression about someone. And then instruct yourself to go beyond that. And I'll share with you a personal experience, something that happened to me not long ago, actually. So the one thing I love meeting different people and peers and other consultants. And I was meeting this person in Paris, and as soon as I saw him, I was judgmental in my mind about him. I thought, wow, look at the way he's dressed. He seems to be so conservative. And I could picture him in a very traditional bourgeois Catholic, family in Paris, Rive Gauche, in Versailles. For those of you who are from France, maybe you understand what I'm talking about. And actually, I realized, I was aware, I told myself, try to be open and non-judgmental. And that was the best thing I could have done, because that guy had a life story and a career path that was completely non-conventional, you see. So first impressions can be very misleading. Go beyond the first impressions. And that's it for today. That's the very first inclusive leadership habits I wanted to talk about. If you liked this video, liked it, share it. Share with us also your tips and tactics for going beyond first impressions, and any other inclusive leadership habits that you are already practicing. And if you like this video, you will love my book, How to Become an Inclusive Leader. My book is going to be published in February 2017, and it will be available on Amazon. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you, in the next episode. And until then, embrace differences and make a difference. Bye.